Hello, everybody, and welcome to Phantom Horizons Episode 6. Prove Them Wrong, Part 2. There we go. I remember how I name these things. We'll be down a Dr. Drake. Where is he? There he is. Daniel's not feeling well, so we wish him get better soon.
Now he's just a stump.
Now he's just a stump. I picked the swampiest picture I could.
Physician, heal thyself. Yeah.
Snap.
I made that up just now.
So what's been happening, everybody, in this game? It's been a while. So
it's been a real snoozer.
The party, the adventure, the spacers, that's what I've been calling them, have discovered some illegal activity from Axiom Core. They have then dodged several nefarious organizations and black hats and not distributed that information to nearly enough people. And it's all on the slow boat to the core, essentially. And they have since returned to the Ruby Lighthouse, where Freya... you got it? Oh, okay. I don't know who that was. But since returned to the Ruby Lighthouse, and they've dealt with some things. You guys found some psychops there. Lucifer reconnected with an old commander named Mata Parvin, and eventually, after dealing with Guy Friday a little bit, you all get an alert that Zephyr's ship has been essentially impounded via a bounty. Zephyr obviously freaks out because of her precious rowboys who are on board. And Desmond can't go to jail. He's too cute. And you all rush back to find the Crimson Xanth locked down by a 60-foot-tall mecha piloted by one of Zephyr's old Twitch partners, Luffy, misbehaving 420. And we left the episode with Zephyr picking up a wrench and charging the mech. While Freya, were you in the room or were you outside with Dr.
Yeah,
Drake?
because I kind of pretended I knew someone in the club my way in.
Okay.
And then I was there, and I believe I said, "Oh my god, Luffy misbehaving 420."
Right, that was the last line.
Okay. So, Zephyr is charging this robot. What do you guys want to do?
So I have two thoughts. One, I like to sort of ping an emergency Mata Parvin with my brain. If
Okay.
there's any way to alert, since I know he was in the area. I mean,
And
recently.
he's telepathic. Yep.
Right, that's his bag, and I'm sure there's some sort of signal. And secondly, do I know anything about sensors with the mech? I could throw something to bung it up.
So, you could throw something at it, but looking at this mech, it's so heavily armored, and your telekinesis isn't a high enough level to move things quick enough to damage it. So,
Right.
You think you could do like maybe a D6 of damage, and this thing has like 25 points of armor before it even takes damage.
Starts to take.
So,
Right.
you could
But
just...
there's no, like, sensitive spot, no...
Nothing there's no like weak point externally for you to target. You might be able to get a device that shuts down sensors, but nothing that you can manipulate from the outside.
Right.
At your level.
Right. Okay. What are the... there are guards in here, right?
Yes. So, there are Vivictus, who are the mercenaries that Luffy misbehaving seems to be associated with, and there are some Seventh Sanctum guards and they are now in a heated argument, pointing at the mech. Like, you can't bring an armed mech into a civilian space station.
I put one of my assigns on saying we have a controlling interest in the ship as well, because we allowed for their dock landing. So Merchants Consortium is trying to. We only have one representative, so it's going to be hard to make too much noise. And I think the doctor was in there, wasn't he?
He was. He was trying to, like, hey, everybody, cool out.
Sure. That always works.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, if I'm able to, in my cry for help to Mata Parvin, able to sort of pinpoint his, like, visualize the Seventh Sanctum operatives who are in the mix, so he can sort of go, oh, it's, it's just to help locate. Because at this point, I would love to. I'm sort of more immediately concerned with Zephyr running pell-mell.
Sure.
Wrench, spanner in hand.
Getting a picture with the mech.
You are, of course.
Okay. So, Lucifer is thinking very hard and sort of pinging a broadcast that you're hoping some telepath in the area, preferably Mata Parvin, picks up.
The guys involved with the discussion are telepathic, yeah.
Looking at the insignias on their chest, it does look like one of them is a telepath.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try and get his attention. I'm gonna just bamp out next by him.
Okay.
And just flash the card he gave me, and just say, "Look, this is a protected ship. You really need to step in."
Okay. And he'll start to look at it, and he'll kind of tap the, like authoritatively tap the card, and then start pointing at one of the Vivictus in renewed vigor. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, this is a Seven Sanctum contact. Like, this is not gonna fly. So, Zephyr, you are running at this mech.
I
Timothy,
am.
we're getting a lot of breath from you.
Yeah, sorry, Timothy.
Yeah, Timothy.
Sorry. Thank you.
It's okay.
I think this is at the point where Zephyr's wild psychic talent's going to kick in.
Okay.
So I get the core technique, which I can see a minute into the future.
Okay. So you see a minute into the future, and you can see you have, if you continue doing this, you've very, very ineffectively smacked a wrench against this mech, and you can see the mech reach behind itself, pull out something, and a giant railgun unfolds, and at the end of the minute, it is starting to charge the railgun.
Okay. So Zephyr is going to not do that.
Okay.
She'll run up and try to, like, sidestep the mech and start climbing it, or trying to climb it.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm gonna ask for a check for that. Let's see. Skills, systems, skill checks. Oh, that doesn't list the skills. It just tells me how skill checks work.
Fix, exert.
I can use a pilot.
I think it's going to be either fix or exert.
You're skilled in fix, aren't you?
I am skilled in fix.
Yeah, I'll let you roll fix. You can ray your way up this thing.
Nice.
Ooh, so that's and 11.
Okay, yeah, so you are climbing, and this thing, you remember Luffy's old mech. It was a lot lither and faster than this thing. This thing is big and chunky. She has sacrificed all mobility for armor and guns, and she is occasionally trying to, like, grab at you, and you can hear and see the metal scraping against her armor as she just whiffs every time as you make your way up to... Do you want to go to the cockpit or the head? The cockpit is in the chest.
I'll go to the cockpit.
Okay. So you can't see inside the cockpit, but you know where the cockpit is. You can see the vaguest outline that, technically they can eject from it. It rarely comes to that. You usually die with your mech, but...
Real quick, is Luffy misbehaving 420 broadcasting? Because I am on the Twitch right now.
No, because she has a lifetime ban from the Twitch.
Yeah, I thought so. But I'm on her account. Like, what? I go to Luffy misbehaving 421. See what's going on there.
It's somebody playing Sixth Night.
Okay. Okay. Eventually, I will catch up to the fact that this reunion's happening, and I will be trying to take pictures of that.
Start live streaming yourself.
Yep. Oh my god, do you believe this, fam?
Okay, gamers.
Frey gang.
It's your girl.
It's your girl.
Blazing Frey. Freya Darkmoon.
That's terrible. I like it.
So, do I get the sense that I need to stay by this guy to keep that pressure going?
So, as you do, the Vivictus guy is like, okay. Heaven protect me. Yeah, I hear you. And he's kind of starting to tap the guy in the shoulder, in the chest back, and he turns and he sees Luffy start to reach for the railgun as prophesized by Freya, and he goes, whoa, and he taps something on his badge, and you can see the mech's eyes dim, and the head kind of goes slack, and he starts screaming into the comm, "This is a civilian station. You are going to blast all holes through it, you moron!" Ugh! And he turns it off, and he's, "Fucking Twitch jockeys."
Am I right? Yeah, you said a mouthful, friend.
Yeah. Is she recording this?
No.
What? No, she only does selfie things, I think.
Yeah.
It's always aimed back at her.
Oh, it is aimed at me. Hold on.
Well, now it's a reaction vid.
Right, so are we clear?
They will say, the Vivictus guy will turn to you and he'll say, "Are you a member of this crew?"
Yeah, I am.
Sorry. So he'll say, "Look, there is a bounty on your ship. It's complicated. You're wanted simply for questioning about the explosion at the Axiom Core station. Your ship pinged, leaving the system by an anonymous tip-off."
Stop
So
streaming. Stop streaming. Stop streaming.
Who's making the inquiry then?
Axiom Core is paying us to investigate this.
Axiom, cool.
Yeah, and full disclosure, he'll point at the Seventh Sanctum guy. They'll be like, "The Merchants Consortium is paying for our services." Didn't hurt, did it?
All right. Okay. Well, so our status now is what with the ship? You said there's a bounty out, but now hands off, right?
So he'll say, I can't technically impound your ship. It is. I've been asked to bring you into questioning, but if you don't cooperate, it's going to get difficult for you. Certain sectors and systems won't let you dock if they know your ship is flagged as untrustworthy, essentially. And that I'm just stopping her from, melting the space station. I can't control her when she goes back out into space.
Okay, and the merchant consortium is paying... Oh, because Axiom has opened the bounty, so the merchant consortium is footing the bill. Is it...
So the merchants consortium is paying the Seventh Sanctum to figure out what happened at the Axiom Core space station.
Oh, the Seventh Sanctum.
Yes,
okay. Who's paying Victus? Axiom Core directly?
So it is, they've hired 2 different mercenary groups to solve their crime for them.
Yes. Okay.
Objective. Potentially. Right. So, understood. But for now, FO. Thank you. Thanks for the information. We'll, our people will get in touch with their people, your people. What's your name?
His name is... I almost said Dalton. That's the other guy's name.
And that's the other guy's name.
His name is David. Dean. David Dean.
David Dean of Vive Victus.
Okay. He is on the upper scale of, Chaos Knight on Warhammer 40k, and his name is David Dean.
He's got the most yuppie Connecticut name imaginable.
Yes.
And he's got, a skull plastered to his armor. Got
and
this
a sweater, like a sweater, tied around
tied over our sweaters.
Sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's David. Yeah, spelled how you'd expect.
Right, okay, David. You're going to be our point man. We'll be in touch with you, all right?
He'll say, yeah,
Unless you want to throw someone else our way. A better name.
No, this is fine. You might get... That won't be my call if somebody else comes talking. That'll be from up the food chain.
Mm-hmm.
From Carlton.
Okay.
Something.
Are they asking us to cooperate with being taken to a second location right now?
Yes.
No. That's what they want.
That is what they want.
What I'm positing is like neutral zone. We're going to counteroffer. That's what I'm positing, because Seventh Sanctum is here. It's got our back.
Okay. Kind of be texting Leisha Voigt over there that she needs to tie up Vivictus with damages done to property of the ship. A lot of hand marks impressed in the hull now.
She will just nod at you, and she'll kind of tap her backpack, and a drone will rise off her backpack, and you can see she's starting to take pictures of the damage done to the ship. And a couple crates that have been smashed by the mech, and...
Emotional distress, get legal on that for the captain.
She'll start filing a report.
Guy's back at the office, right?
Yes.
Mechs have been, stressed as well. They're going to need to be recalibrated emotionally.
All right.
Yeah, the poor robots are scarred.
That's right.
There's going to be a very important cutaway coming soon where we find out exactly what Bippity's doing right now. But also test Guy to, the flash drive is still in the fireplace / view screen, whatever, that he is to take it, lock all the elevators, and protect it with his life going to Axiom. I will kind of put all that out there. And while I'm making sure that we have various chains of things happening, it's like Bippity trying to punch your way into the cockpit.
So Zephyr, you skirt around to the front of the mech, and you can see that the sensor array at the top, which is the head, the lights have gone out, and there's a couple like kind of exhaust or steam shooting out of some of the joints at this point. So the mech's cooling down. What would you like to do?
I'm on the ground, or am I by the cockpit?
You're up by the cockpit. You successfully clambered your way up there. Unless you don't want to have done that.
No. I wanted to have done that because she is basically started wailing on the cockpit, trying to get it to open, screaming.
Screaming anything in particular, or just kind of like ah?
It's a lot of swears and open the damn cockpit and screaming about, how the dirty cheater, get out of it, that kind of thing.
So the cockpit will, at this point, kind of very forcefully jolt open. So give me a dex save. And remember, you want to, so dex saves are d20s.
Oh.
And you want to meet or beat your dex save score.
Well, how do I know that one?
It should be on your character sheet. Let's see.
Oh, is it just my score?
Yes.
Is it the evasion save?
The evasion save. Thank you.
So it's 16 minus your level minus your strength or your dex.
So it should be about 14.
That's
About
what mine
14.
is. Yeah.
Well, I lost badly. I rolled a 3.
Okay.
So.
Can I get a notice check from Lucifer?
Yes.
Because Lucifer might be able to catch you with his mind.
I got an 11.
Okay. Yeah. So you see, Zephyr is just pounding on this mech, and very forcefully the cockpit opens, and a bunch of steam comes out, and you see Zephyr start to fall.
Okay. I'd love to be able to use my TK to sort of just tip her forward.
Okay.
Into the cockpit.
Okay.
Is that right? I mean, you want to go in, right?
I just wanted it to open.
Well, it's opened and it's knocking you back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I can catch you. I can move 440. I could probably catch you if you're not resisting.
Yeah, if she's kind of free
So
falling.
I'll do that. I'll try and just save you.
Okay.
Period. Just.
Okay, so kind of like a feather fall effect. Lucifer reaches out, and Zephyr, you feel yourself be caught and start to slowly fall to the ground. And Luffy sticks her head out of the cockpit, and she yells, "Cheater! You!" And she pulls out a pistol and starts waving it around. And she is wearing some ridiculous, straight out of Warhammer 40k Space Marine armor. Like, she's got a tiny little head, and her shoulder pads are as big as she is. And she's got, like, rocket boots, and just clang, clang, clang. And her pistol actually almost looks comically small compared to her armor.
Is she out of the cockpit? Like, did she come down to the ground too?
Yeah, she jumped, and she has like jet boots on, so they kind of catch her, and she actually lands very hard superhero landing before Zephyr does.
So is she going to aggress?
She looks aggressive for sure.
I need
I have to
something
focus on Zephyr right now. When Zephyr's landed, let me know.
Zephyr is just like twisting and turning, like if Luffy lands before Zephyr's like twisting and turning, just trying to like get eyeballs on Luffy.
Okay, yeah. So twisting it, you lock eyes with her, and you very gently land next to her.
And she'll, start her barrage again, or at least try to. It's like, yeah, you cheater. You weeb loser. Just like,
I love it. Oh snap!
Oh snap!
She'll say, "You ruined my fucking life.
you ruined mine.
You are a rat cheater."
You are. Big dumb baby. Look at you.
Owns.
She'll say, "At least I'm still doing something, not fucking taxiing rich kids around."
Oh yeah, being a cog of the machine. Look at you. You look like a sellout.
She'll say, "I'm not the one who sold out her friends so they could get a fucking plea deal.
I'm not the one who cheated first.
You did cheat." She'll say, "There is no way you could have known what some of those people... You hacked their mechs."
I don't even know what that means.
Is that a self-burn or...
Joke's on you.
So, do I get the sense that she's violent, or just...
You get the sense she's unhinged, but she seems blinded. She seems like... A lot of this is very much an affront. This doesn't seem to fit her well. She seems like she's dressing the part. Like Zephyr is accurately calling her out as kind of phony.
Yeah,
So you don't think she'd actually shoot some... She's used to fighting robots.
Right. So, I'm not fearful for Zephyr's life.
No.
Okay.
Zephyr might get punched or slapped, but you don't think she will shoot Zephyr.
Okay. Anything heavy around?
There are a couple large storage crates, like metal storage crates.
Okay. I'll just keep my brain on one and my eye, one eye on the crate and one eye on Luffy. If she gets aggressive with Zephyr, those two eyes are going to cross, I think.
So back over by where you're standing, Lucifer. I've been watching too much High Rollers lately. The argument has started up again, and it's Vivictus defending the actions of their mech jockey, who she was provoked, like this is perfectly reasonable, and then the other one, she threatened the Seventh Sanctum. She brought out a railgun on a civilian space station. She's waving a gun around, and Dalton Solari is kind of like, "I'm here too, and I am also part of this."
You get him, Dalton.
Merchants Consortium needs are important, and keep getting those pictures. I want pictures of all these people, Alicia.
Real quick, as far as controls of this dock, what is this, Dock 94 or something like that?
Yes, docking bay 94.
Is that something that can be attained remotely with my awesome scores, or would I be better off trying to sidle up to a physical panel?
Do you mean like opening bay doors and stuff like that?
That level of control, yes, but I'm not going to try and flush the bay door at the moment.
Suckers! Oh no!
I know. I should have told Lucifer he has to do his air trick.
I think I can do it as a reaction, so...
You'd still all float into space, though.
Right.
But you think that kind of control would require a hardwired surface? They don't let... For fear of hackers, they don't let... It's very heavily
not networked
encrypted.
At all, yeah. Okay, then I will try to sidle up to such a control, hoping that in the chaos, not a lot of people are paying attention to it.
Okay. So you see one of the ones... You see there is a dock worker there, but it's the one you gave a car to, and they very not discreetly turn to look away from you and kind of pick up a hollow clipboard and take a few steps away and start counting boxes.
Cool. All right, we're world building right now, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably, in case of like a breach,
mm-hmm.
you would and should be able to like magnetize the floor of the dock to like keep people in place, grav boots in place, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
I want to be prepared, if necessary, to push a button that makes all of that armor suddenly very
For her,
attached to the floor.
For her, 6 strength.
Yeah. So I just kind of want to. It's getting really hot over there, but like, I want to see how this goes.
Okay.
Are you still streaming?
No. I did stop the minute they started implicating me in space crimes.
JK. Quick delete that.
Also, this wasn't the kind of reunion I expected.
Okay.
Apparently, they're mad at each other. And right. Nope. Now I remember.
So there is lots of screaming going on.
So you're still screaming at each other, the two of you?
Oh yeah.
What about you, Zephyr? Are you going to get aggressive?
Kind of hard, but this is probably the most aggressive you've ever actually seen Zephyr. He's very, face, super duper close, pointing very hard.
Do you still have a wrench?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
And what's so the mech itself has stopped holding the ship, is that correct?
Yes, because the mech turned. So technically, it's deactivated in a way where its one hand is kind of holding the ground, and its other hand has reached behind it to unlock its weapon, but it's frozen like that.
But it's no longer holding.
Right. So the Crimson Xanth is free of mech hold. It's still docked, so it's locked in place with clamps. But you can disengage those from the ship and just leave if you all get on it.
Right. Right. Okay, so they're still shouting. Dispute between the Twitchers and dispute between our various mercenary groups.
Yes.
How's the doctor doing?
He is continuing to try and just everyone stay calm. Nothing is going to get solved by yelling. But you can see he has unclasped his pistols thing just in case. He is
one hand on the gun, the other hand on the stickers.
Exactly. Just
love and hate. Right.
Everyone gets a sticker if they're a good boy, or I start shooting up. No, but he is subtly like unclasped the top of his holster, and his hand's not on the gun, but his hand's at his side.
Mm-hmm. He's ready.
Yeah.
Sure. I love it. Okay, cool. Do I get the sense that Zephyr wants to just sort of let this ride its way out for a while?
I don't think Zephyr is thinking much of anything except hate, 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 scream, scream, scream. Boys.
All right. Well, look. Is there a sense that this conflict between the mercenary groups is anything happening decisively, or is it just going around in circles?
It's going around in circles.
Everyone has some legal claim to be here, so it's not.
It's not
going to be resolved with one group claiming jurisdiction, right?
They have all at this point escalated to, well, should I get my manager? Well, I'm going to get my manager.
Shit, I might be one of these managers. Okay.
I'm wondering if the thing that will break the deadlock is if we connect with Axiom.
Before we do that, I will send Doria a message that says about to talk to Axiom. Send.
Okay. The little... You can hear the little
Red.
whoosh. Yeah, and there's kind of dots under it. and it seems like she's not immediately in the sector. Which means it's still in transit.
Okay. Hey, meathead. I think you want to talk to us, so call off your goon.
A couple people will turn and meet.
Oh, don't answer the meathead, Dalton. He is a yum, though.
David, I think my friend is perhaps addressing you.
I see. This can all be resolved reasonably, and he is saying that both to the Seventh Sanctum and his soldiers. And
Sure.
He'll say, "Can we procure one of the docking bay? Can we procure the dockmaster office?" And Dalton will start typing on his compad.
Okay. I started my thumb on the I can magnetize this whole fucking place button, but I have a feeling that we have drone footage of all of this happening right now available to us. This is as public a meltdown as it's probably just looky-loos all over the place. What's going on in there? Was that Luffy misbehaving 420? Sick.
Oh my god, it's a reunion. My dreams. This is supposed to be some charity stream.
So yeah, and I can't let Zephyr's ship kind of carry a black mark around on it.
Okay.
As was threatened.
Zephyr, you get a message from Desmond. And it is a little salute emoji.
Aww.
And as you are standing, as you kind of look at it, give me a notice check.
Okay.
Lucifer, you can give me a notice check too, please.
I think that's a 7.
Okay.
12.
Okay. So you both see that Desmond has wormed his way into Luffy Misbehaven's cockpit. He has closed it. He has unlocked it. And he is starting to pilot it out of the hangar bay.
Good boy.
I'm going to make an effort to distract anyone who might notice this.
Okay.
And take exception to look the other way.
Okay. How would you like to distract them?
What I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to create a racket on the other side with my brain. So I'm going to knock some shit over.
Okay.
Making a loud kablam.
Okay, yeah, and a couple people look over, and yeah, the Desmond once again sends a little salute and says, "Oh, Captain, my captain," and then he crashes this thing because he's not a good pilot out of the hangar bay, and at that point, everyone's like, "The fuck!" And Luffy just starts screaming.
Into the station or out through the airlock?
Out through the airlock, but he kind of he mostly damages the mech because the station is built to like a fucking
right.
It's built to withstand the occasional pilot driver just be like, I'm good, scrape.
And stray space objects from the
exactly micro comets and stuff. So it kind of it does the stormtrooper bang its head, and it kind of and then lowers and jets out.
So does Luffy run after it?
She takes a couple steps and is just guttural screaming.
Go figure. Oh no, I'm worried about Dez. What are we gonna do? What's Seventh Sanctum doing?
They are a couple of them are trying very hard not to laugh.
Great.
Just and another one is Your mech's going away, like very helpfully. I think something's wrong with your mech.
To Vivictus?
Yeah.
Awesome. And they're like...
Yeah, the one guy keeps hitting the button like, no, I can disable this thing, and it's not working because Desmond has overwritten that code.
Right.
He's a good boy.
Should we get out of here? What should we do?
I guess Zephyr will try to like very discreetly start texting Desmond because it still has the ship, right? And it's
No, it is let go of the ship. So Desmond is essentially just stealing the mech.
He is. And our ship is still here.
Yes.
And...
So yeah, I think Zephyr will text Desmond to bring the to pilot it out a few, I guess, dozen or like 100 or so kilometers out into space, and then wait there for her to come get him.
Okay, yeah. Thumbs up smiley emoji. Or like devil grin emoji.
Okay. So, did you still want to talk?
Yeah. I think we have some things to talk about now. My mech jockey is not very... Shut up! It's gone! Screaming's not going to bring it back. She's upset. And I think she's going to want to talk about it as soon as we're done this primal scream therapy. Professionalism!
I mean, can she be professional?
No,
I mean,
apparently not.
Well, perhaps she should be included in the discussions then.
It's a fair point. He'll point at someone and just calm her down. And a very quickly, essentially, like, drawing straws of, damn it. And the two youngest officers will walk over to her and try and get through the screaming facade, occasionally pointing back at Zephyr, saying how she's ruined her life again. I was on the up and up. I had made something for myself. It's hard to get a job after prison.
It's true.
That's why the recidivism rate is so high.
She did almost threaten to shoot up a civilian spacecraft.
Yeah,
I'm not feeling too sorry for her.
It's not going to look great on your resume.
I was disciplined, and it won't happen again.
Oh, okay. This is a new phase. Yeah, I should probably have texted or will text, like, send a lawyer.
To, like, Guy, or...
Probably to Guy, yeah.
Okay.
Like, Docking Bay 94. I guess we're going to be in the Dockmaster's quarters or whatever, but yeah, just...
I thought one of those was sort of a goons was multi-classed lawyer as well. No?
No, these are pretty standard security. Listen, what is security for emerging consortium? Maybe one of them absolutely has their...
I'm a drone technician, and I have a JD, so yeah.
Yeah.
But Guy Friday responds panicked back with, "Why do you need a lawyer?" Oh God, we're in Protocol Red. Protocol Red.
I told you to chill.
No, I don't know how to do that.
Talking to Vivictus.
But why?
For Axiom.
What? But why?
Don't have time to tell you all this. Is a lawyer coming yet?
Yes. I keep an emergency lawyer on standby. I mean, obviously.
Emergency break class. Okay, well, they're threatening Zephyr's ship.
But why?
because of crimes
What?
and suspected. Send allegedly. Send.
You're just getting question marks, emoji question marks. He's created a Bitmoji of himself.
Oh, I have an account for that. Just send lawyer handling it. Mute. Oh, no, I sent him a picture of my butt. Mute. There we go.
But why? Okay. So yeah, so Vivictus, David Dean, he and a couple other Vivictus guards go into the dockmaster's office. They kick him out. I'm working here. Who wants to go into that office to negotiate? They are sending a lawyer.
I will kind of like look at my compatriots that if you guys want to bolt, I will help you bolt.
I will bolt.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you? Were you going to bolt with us? Aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna go try to pick up Desmond.
No, I mean not you. I mean I'm with you. Don't worry, Zeph. But like,
No,
Freya,
and
I mean, what are you going to stay behind?
okay, I'll start a group chat. You guys can bolt, but
You have 15 unread notifications from Guy.
Zephyr's ship won't be allowed to dock unless someone handles this. Going to try to handle this. So you guys can go, but I need to handle this if it's going to be handled. And I still have my finger on the magnetize button.
Well, you know, I think we should all get out. That's what I think.
Use the WhatsApp.
What? Yeah. All right. I'm doing it.
Okay.
So, that's what I think, though.
I'll just kind of shake my head.
What?
We're
Can't you
already
do what you're
using-
gonna do for like with us?
We're already using a false transponder, and they found us.
Yeah, and
Sorry, to be slightly fair, they found you because they can see the ship, which the false transponder doesn't help with.
That's true. All right, so
we just poke them all in the eye. We're good, and we'll be able to see the ship.
Well, and you went to a place where you had previously been, like if you go somewhere totally new, Vivictus might not be like, wait a minute, because the ship matches enough other descriptions that you can fly under the radar. It's the fact that you were recently here that mostly got you caught.
Plus, we can always try to reassign its IDs.
Mm-hmm. You could certainly do it again.
A number of times.
I think
There are ways to make something become a ghost, you know?
someone needs to face this head on. Already look guilty. Send.
Now, if you guys want to split the party, Drake will go with whoever you guys need him to. But he says he can back up Freya if you'd rather split the party kind of evenly.
Sure, look. If you want to have the doctor with you, your personal physician, armed as he is, Hippocratic oath, and 6 cylinders of cold hard steel.
He has been itching to use it. It'd be a shame if Daniel's not here for the first shot he gets to fire, but
I will go with Zephyr, and look, we gotta have a plan B. We gotta have everybody gets together.
Okay, I'll text you from my friend phone.
Oh, the one you... All right. Yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna come right back. Like, my plan was to go get Desmond, leave the mech out in space, because haha, screw you,
Right.
and then come right back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you for that, and that's good. I mean, I just think,
Well, just in case they get antsy about you taking off. Might look like you're doing a runner one way or the other.
Right. I mean, it might look like that anyway, yeah. Well, I mean, they're not going to know we're going to leave, right? We're just going to leave.
Well, right, and I will provide the distraction for that.
Great. Okay. So, look, we're going to go check on everything aboard the ship. Right, Zeph? And then... What, count to 10 or something? Or will we know?
Yeah, if Zephyr had her row boys ready to go.
Oh yeah, the ship was ready to go.
Okay. Then yeah, you guys go. And I'll handle it.
Okay. And you want Drake to go with Freya?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Zephyr and Lucifer, Drake and Freya, and you got Craig, and it's Craig, Desmond. Who's the third one?
Ricardo.
I was like, Roberto. That's not right. Ricardo. Okay, so they're on the ship. Drake and Freya with David Dean. What a terrible name. I'm sorry.
It's very superhero waiting to happen.
It is.
David Dean, Carnifax Rex of the Vivictus. It's pretty big deal.
Okay. The lawyer. Okay. So Zephyr and Lucifer go onto the ship, and as you do, Lucifer, you see Marta Parvin has come back into the room, and he nods at you, and he starts very loudly talking to the Vivictus as if to, like, kind of distract them from you guys getting back onto the ship, and say, and just kind of re-engage them in their dick measuring contest of, we're going to start this again. Oh, we just finished.
Yeah.
We all agreed. The little robot that stole the mech won.
Okay.
If anybody, including Luffy, misbehave in 420, pivots, goes for the ship, tries to make a scene out of it, I magnetize the entire docking bay to pin all those heavy metal suits.
Okay.
Or at least make it so that they can't advance on the ship to stop it from going.
They'd be shooting small blaster fire at the absolute best at a spaceship. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, as you all get on the ship, are you, like, waiting 10 seconds and then just jumping?
I guess. But it's a very fast 10 seconds. Like
As soon as we're released, right?
Okay. So, yeah, so you can hear the docking bay clamps.
Yeah, I can do all that too.
Creak, and then just bye. Just poof. The Vivictus freak out. Luffy is just screaming, "She's getting away! She's getting away!"
And I press the button.
Okay, most of the Vivictus kind of stand. They stand tall, but they kind of get a little low. A couple of their guns hit the floor, and Luffy just, like one of those little horse toys that you hit the bottom and it falls apart, just clunk. Oh, my head.
Oh, sorry. I'm waiting for my lawyer.
I hate you.
Hey, is this a bad time to ask if you would sign some stuff? It's a bad time. It's a bad time.
She scrapes the gun across the ground. Just get back here.
No, I just kind of slowly sidestep away.
No.
And once I feel pretty good that no one's gonna have an angle, I'll turn off.
Okay. Yeah, a
Be
couple
like,
people glare at you, like... And then Dalton begins telling them who you are, and their glares get a little less. Like, but there's a couple still glaring at you, and the handsome older gentleman who just walked in with the beard, he kind of winks at you, and he continues to yell about his authority.
Okay. Yeah, I will walk up, clearly point out my regrettable face tattoo that I'm clearly who they're looking for.
What is your face tattoo again?
It's regrettable.
Okay.
I feel it's best left to everyone's imagination.
Well, I'm just wondering, how big is it? Is it like Aaron Carter big? Or
no, it's like, it's like a couple stars
Okay.
like leading away, like down the cheek or something,
Okay.
right? It's just,
You look like a 4th edition Eladrin.
yes, it's the kind of decision a 21-year-old makes with no sense of forever.
This will never look bad.
Yes.
It won't crinkle into a mess in 20 years.
Yeah, I was certainly high on some kind of astro meth and hentai vodka at the time, so...
Oh, man, we gotta get a sponsorship team.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So, Zephyr and Lucifer bounce, and Desmond has activated a distress beacon that you guys can pick up on.
Great.
Yay! Good boy.
What do you want to do with the mech?
Uh,
Should we cannibalize any of it, or?
I mean, I'm sure I have spacesuits somewhere, but I don't know how.
I can get out there.
That's true. How long does that last? Safer than spacesuits. They won't tear, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Give me a second while you guys figure it out.
Let's see. Contents. Psionics. That is it's telekinesis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pressure field.
Yep.
Effort for the scene, and a scene is usually like 10 minutes. So, yeah, you could do it for like 10 minutes. Or you could use a combination of a spacesuit and the pressure field for safety if you do want to indeed cannibalize parts of the mech.
I think option B is good. That way, because I can do it as a reaction, I believe.
Mhm.
So if anything untoward happens to either suit, or if it's just me going out, if Zephyr wants to stay with the ship, maybe me and one of the roboys can go out. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Ricardo's good at stealing stuff, so he can
Great.
help out.
Great. So, yeah, Ricky and I'll go together and work it out.
Okay. So as you get closer, you can see like occasional like flashes in space, and Desmond is facing away from you, but he is just unloading the railgun. Like, yeah.
Such a good boy.
They do take after you, don't they?
I mean, I don't know where they're getting all. They're young boys. They need to get out their frustrations somehow.
Roboys will be roboys.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So, like, I mean, is there anything you want from that mech that we can strip?
I can always use more spare parts, just like anything you can, wires, cables, things you can pull off of it.
Great.
Oops, wrong button. Contents. Let me see. Mechs. Oh, not mech combat. I just want mechs. Give me my mech page. This is a specific kind of mech. Let's see. This was... one of the heavy mechs. So I want the railgun. Where is the railgun? There we go, rail cannon. Okay, let's see. This thing, it looks like it has 2 different kinds of railguns. The giant rail cannon that Desmond is currently shooting off. A smaller railgun that you think if you could pry it off and get it into the ship, it's very heavy. But if you could pry it off and somehow dock it into the ship, you think you could attach it to the ship at some point. It would require some finagling, but it would be compatible enough with the ship if you wanted to add another gun. It's also got a breaching tool and then armor out the wazoo.
Right. Breaching tool, and I think everything is weightless in space, so it's mass that way isn't going to be an issue, and I might be able to give it a little nudge with my brain.
With Lucifer guiding it, the hard part's going to be once it gets into the ship, making sure it doesn't just immediately crash. And
it doesn't
go
break
through
everything.
the hole, go through the floor.
Yeah, exactly. With the artificial gravity of the ship, which you can technically turn off and like try and finagle it, but it's going to be hard. That part.
To calibrate it so that it's right. That would be tricky.
Yeah, because...
what do you think, Zeph? What do you want? Some of this armor?
I don't know how much armor I can put on my ship anymore. Because...
What about the breaching tool?
You don't really breach.
Yeah,
Not yet.
The armor would be hard to salvage just because it's not quite the right sizes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's for a humanoid design as opposed to the spaceship.
Right.
Let's see, what's the breaching tool do other than breach? It doesn't have a finger of God, but that is a mech weapon apparently. If you want to go full burning Gundam.
Well, the smaller railgun, yeah, we'll take.
Mm-hmm.
And then, is it worthwhile maybe compromising the armor?
You could certainly try and do that.
But she'll probably notice, because Luffy's dumb, but she's not that dumb.
Well, I don't want her to get killed as a result. I want her to realize that it's just to set it back. I mean, although this mech is what? It's a being, right? Is that right?
It's not alive.
It's not alive.
Is it sentient?
No, it is not. But it is.
Oh.
It has. When no one's piloting it, it doesn't have any. It has fairly advanced computer systems that might mimic artificial intelligence in some capacity, but it needs a pilot to really. It is a spaceship.
It can give thumbs up and fist bumps. Metagame wise, Andy, quit listening. Perhaps sabotaging the breaching tool, since I feel like we're likely to be the next person they try to breach.
That'd be a good idea.
Right. Great idea.
Andy, you can continue listening again.
But how would I know
Yeah,
that
so I don't
that's when
want
I
to
come back?
compromise any. I don't want to compromise any life support or anything like that.
No.
But something that, think anything that's gonna
Turn the seat warmers all the way up.
Yeah. I'm gonna scramble all the presets in the radio.
Yeah.
To like Christian rock.
Damn it!
That's all AM now. Who still uses AM?
Right. I'm gonna look that great college radio station that she had to find to get gone.
You're gonna steal that little keychain she keeps in her mech as a dashboard thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a little bobblehead.
Maybe I'm gonna
alien.
hide it. I'm gonna hide it. I'm not gonna steal it because that's just messing with fate.
Yeah.
But I will
That's
hide
bad karma.
it. I think what I'm gonna do is stick it under the seat, so she's gonna notice it's not there, and she's gonna be uncomfortable, and she's not gonna put two and two together right away. But eventually, she'll be like, "Oh," so she'll get a little even though life sucks.
Sounds good to me.
Right. I mean, an adversary today could be an ally tomorrow. We can't truly, Anyway.
Okay, so all that stuff, all the stuff on the inside, is real easy. Desmond shows you where all her things are. You dump out her coffee cup. You take her little dashboard ornament and stick it under her seat. You mess with all the radio presets. You crank the seat warmer to 10. You change all the position of her vents.
Right.
Change the mech
Glad
glow.
you guys have finally joined me on Team Worst, by the way.
Change all the
Terrible people.
interior glow colors so they don't match anymore.
Nice.
Orange and green. This isn't my aesthetic.
I'm a spring! A spring!
Okay, so and then what did you want to do with the aforementioned breaching tool and railgun? Because that will require some kind of check or something to either get off the mech or to steal.
I think we're gonna try to steal a gun,
Okay.
and then the breaching tool. I think it would be like, how does it actually look? Is it like something that drills in, or is it like a chain that like does like a scorpion thing and like get over here? That kind of thing?
It's kind of
That's more what I'm imagining. Yeah.
It's a pickaxe attached to a chain that looks like it's like you kind of shoot the pickaxe and chain, and then a demolition charge goes off and it blasts a big hole.
Wow.
Can we cut the chain?
Shoot it. Just keep going.
It's still gonna like blow into whatever they hit.
Yeah, but
Blow it up.
But one and done instead of bringing it back in. What do you have that you could use to cut the chain?
pretty sure I have like a little torch, like builder's torch.
Doesn't Ricardo have some sort of like acetylene arm or something you can pop out?
I have a meta tool or a mono blade.
Let's see. Melee. Oh no. Hey, let's see.
It's a mono blade. It's awesome.
I
That's
wrote
what
it down.
Daniel got stabbed with.
Hmm.
Oh yes. Sorry, I was like, did he? No, I get it now.
That's good.
I don't know what a mono blade is. It sounds cool though. Let's search for
It does 1d6 damage, I think, or a d6 worth of something.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, the armor on this thing is crazy thick. But if you are very concentrating on specifically a chain, it's not really armored. With time, you guys can get through it. So if you spend your time using a combination of the blade and the torch, and Desmond floating next to you and using his little welding torch as well, eventually you could detach the chain.
Cool.
All right, and then the gun.
Mhm.
As far as like, do you want a TK skill check?
Yeah, so I'm trying to. You have one rank in telekinesis, right?
I do, yeah.
So yeah, give me a skill check using your wisdom and +1.
Terrible. Okay. 6 only.
6. Okay.
Not so great. Yeah.
So you get it. You get it into the. You position it. You think you're good. and you reactivate the gravity, and it just falls in a way that you can't quite support it. It's heavier than you thought, and it crashes into the ground. It's not busted, but it's damaged. So you're gonna have to. It's gonna take you longer to install it later.
That's okay.
But it's totally salvageable. It will just add time at the end, or add time when you're mounting it.
Sorry. Thought I had it with my brain.
No, it's okay. You did your best.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it didn't like destroy my ship, I'm happy.
Oh, I think we're all right.
And free gun.
Yeah. And one less gun on their ship. So they've got a big one too. You said, right?
Yeah.
Which Dez has emptied.
He says he's unloaded both ammunition cores.
Wow. All right.
He's been busy.
Does that gonna leave this mech with no defenses? Well, have the armor. But
it has crazy armor. It has no offense. It has limited offensive ability because it can still punch and stomp things.
All right.
And it looks like it has head-mounted machine guns.
All right.
So it has its most basic offenses still. Plenty of defense.
Yeah, I want to be sort of sporting about this. Mm-hmm. Although, I don't know if it's my place to be that. I mean, you're the one who's got beef with her. I mean, do you want to, like, strip the mech?
No, we don't have time for that.
Right. Okay. So we got the gun. We've affected the chain. We've done sorts of poltergeisty shenanigans. Okay, and we're just gonna leave it out here.
Yeah, they can go pick it up. Like,
should we change the access
there's a stress
code?
beacon?
What was that, Zephyr?
I was just gonna say she was gonna go like turn on the distress beacon that I'm sure most mechs have.
Okay, yeah. So you hit the SOS button, and the cockpit starts flashing red as if the person inside doesn't know they're in trouble.
And it's somehow easier to see things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can't read. Okay. We're ready to go?
Yep.
Okay.
So
got my boys.
You safely get Desmond. They start poking at the gun while you swing the ship around and start piloting. Are you going back to the lighthouse, or are you going to try and pick... you're going to wait until Freya contacts you to pick her up?
I think we're going to hang out for a bit and see what... Like, this... Maybe not go into Spike Driver, just take like a leisurely cruise back.
Take a Sunday flight back. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Keep our eyes on the media, what's being reported.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just to get a sense, since we've sort of been in a bubble. Anything of note?
You're not getting anything back yet. You're getting some sports scores, some company lines about how Axiom will rebuild and be stronger, and kind of that, but nothing from the Lighthouse that is of interest to you yet.
And there's nothing about like two former Twitch players getting into a fight in an airport.
If you search future Twitter, you do see there's a very grainy photo that you can kind of see like the side of Freya's leg as if she like quickly. That's when she turned it off.
Great. Okay. Okay. I show it to Zephyr.
It's whatever.
Okay. Back on the spaceship, or back on the lighthouse, the star station. Currently in the room is a David Dean.
Carnifax Rex.
Carnifax Rex. David Dean. Drake. Freya. Every time Carnifax Rex. David Dean says Carnifax Rex. Dalton will add Lance Corporal Dalton Solari.
Thank you.
And it's Captain Leisha, and a woman in a like very fierce pantsuit and just the highest power pony you've ever seen comes stomping into the room, demanding her client be given extensive bathroom breaks.
Habeas corpus.
Law things.
Oh my god, she's casting spells.
And feeling wildly outnumbered, David Dean types onto his little compad, and two more armored individuals come in, two women, and in strolls a very nicely dressed older man with gray hair that's like down to his shoulders, but styled well and kind of parted behind his ears. And he walks in as well. He's not wearing armor. He's wearing fancy clothes.
Oh, also, can Mata Parvin, as part of the Merchant Consortium's mandate, be here as a representative of a neutral party?
Yeah, he will.
Neutral party on our payroll. You know how that works.
Yeah.
This is as neutral as the Merchant Consortium considers. Yes, we're paying him to be objective.
You can't buy that kind of service. Well, you can. We did.
We did.
David Dean will gesture at a couple seats, and he will go stand behind the desk, and he'll say, "Look, this is all just one big clusterfuck. Okay? Nobody wants any of this. Everything's gotten out of hand. I think we all can just talk and come to a good understanding. I don't have to, I just want to talk it out. I don't want to have to arrest people. That's a lot of paperwork. I don't want to have an extended legal battle about how maybe one of my employees technically tried to shoot up a civilian space station."
I'd like that entered onto the record. Do we have a record?
The lawyer, whose name is Addison Waller, says, "I'm recording everything."
Addison Waller?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
All right. The wall.
You got the wall.
I got the wall. Man, now I want her to be some long descendant.
Yes, totally.
I agree entirely. This is a complete misunderstanding. I believe you will find that the Merchant Consortium was entirely within their rights to inspect Axiom facilities, which were fine the last I saw them.
The older gentleman will kind of snort, and he'll say,
Excuse.
"Oh yeah," he'll say, "Bless love." He'll say, "Yeah, but darling, you were the last to see them, weren't you?"
Well, I can't confirm that. There were still multiple staff on board. There was an entire cafeteria crew. And is Bethany okay, or what's the story there?
They'll say, "Well, we've not ID'd everyone yet, but I'm sorry to say she is presumed KIB, killed in business."
Killed in business? I was wondering if it's just you were doing. KIB. All the Merchant Consortium is just like, It's a real hazard. Oh. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. If you will look up her school records, I hung out at her school a lot.
He will say, look, Carnifax, Rex, or whatever your name was, this man's just trying to avoid paperwork. I'm trying to get to the bottom of what happened. Tell me what happened.
And you are... I'm sorry.
He will introduce himself as Walsinger.
Sorry, one more time.
Walsinger.
Walsinger.
Yes.
Okay, it's a power play to only bring one name.
It's a mononym.
Well, Walsinger, I was put in charge here in the Ruby Lighthouse to solve problems, and this strike had become a real problem. And so I wanted to make sure that there was no behind-the-scenes mining or other profiting off of this opportunity. So I went to inspect. And Bethany, God's rest her soul, KIB, gave me the keys to the kingdom. I had all access that I needed. And I found certainly more than I was looking for. But I did find that Axiom was operating by all strike procedures.
He'll say, yes. But you said you found something else and you didn't report it to anyone.
I did have reason to be suspicious, as Axiom executive personnel did threaten me and my crew before we left.
And what did they say?
Flashback. Freya, we can totally talk about this. Things like that, yeah.
Because he'll say, according to the ship's logs, you flooded all of the chambers with deadly gas before you left.
I lean over to my lawyer and whisper, I did do that. I did do that. Yeah, so figure out a way to spin that real quick.
So
Addison is so pissed at you.
Yeah, just oh my god. I wondered why they sent their best lawyer to this shithole station. I forgot you worked here.
Yeah, I did do that.
He will say, and this alleged threat, perhaps it was simply a bargaining for their lives as you put them all in grave danger.
No, it was the other way around.
Do you know that?
Yes, they were bringing armed security to our location. And I told them and gave them several warnings. If there is any black box of the communications, which there seems to be, since you have some evidence that the place was flooded, then you will see that I gave them multiple warnings to get to safety.
That being said, by indeed releasing the product, my accent's gone. There we go.
There it is.
By indeed releasing gas under a strike, aren't you therefore breaking the strike?
No, it was in self-defense. I think I've made that clear.
She'll lean forward. There's no precedent for breaking a strike in self-defense. That's not a legal defense.
I'm being told that's true. Is if not now, but like, is Mata like reading the proceedings? Is there anybody here whose like job is to make sure that everyone's telling the truth or anything like that?
So if you look at him, he is not pinging for you. Freya may not know this, but Marty might. He is also metapsionic. He is hiding his abilities.
Okay, and I can't detect that part.
No.
All right, I would like to just kind of think at him, Lois Lane style. Can you read my thoughts? But yeah, just kind of like, can you hear me?
He will respond back, yes.
Okay. I'll kind of quickly put like my counsel in charge of like, I don't know, like start legally tangling the web real quick, like.
Yeah, they will
tell them I don't have to answer that or something.
They will start a tete-a-tete back and forth about. She will start to affirm your legal rights in being there and what you are allowed to do, and he will start trying to unravel that a little bit of she never filed proper paperwork with the Merchants Consortium, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's going to look bad for us. Then while that's going on, just kind of that I've been told by Wally that you're a good person who can be trusted. And then I will think of the things I found. Kind of unbeknownst to Freya that he already knows at least some version of that. Actually, no, I guess Wally did say that he let him in on it. And so I will just kind of give enough access that it will confirm some of Wally's story to see how much of an ally I have in this room, basically. Like,
okay.
Also, Andy, when I laid my mind bare to Mataparvan last episode, I included my pseudonymous identity with respect to my peers. Just
okay. Yes.
He knows I'm using another name.
Okay. Right, and he would be probably familiar that is something you have done before.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, which one was it? Wally. Yeah, Wally.
Right.
So I am, on a certain level, almost too dumb to lie to this person. I don't want to obscure that I committed the crime. I would like it to be clear that I thought I was doing the right thing, and the severity of what we found is bigger than my crime.
Again, man, if only your lawyer could hear you, because that's not a legal defense.
Yeah, but this is how she thinks it works. She thinks that cops have to tell you they're cops. So right. But it is kind of also a naively innocent bid to be like, I have been informed recently that I can't defend myself after a certain point. I would like to say this is some shit though, and like, is there any way to get to a point where I'm right? I don't know.
Okay. Sorry, I was only partially distracted by my microphone falling. Okay. Hold on a second.
And my doctor's here.
Hand on gun.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Marta will look at you and take all that in, and he'll kind of think for a second, and then he'll turn his attention to Walsinger, and then he'll look back at you and he'll think, he knows.
He knows.
He knows everything you did. He knows all about Axiom Core.
Then what's his angle? To get me to burn for it, or
kind of kind of reading him a little bit more, it's no, but yes, he wants you to be the fall guy. You didn't follow proper protocol. He's going to try and implicate the Merchants Consortium that they knew about it and are simply trying to cover it up and blame Axiom Core.
Okay. Also, Freya's not a deep enough thinker to not probably be making facial expressions this whole time. Like, whatever she's thinking is just like...
moving your mouth slightly as you talk.
Yeah, visibly having a silent conversation somehow. Should I just like whip it out that I have a copy of this information?
He'll think back. That's up to you, ma'am.
Addison, excuse me, I'm speaking with my counsel. Heard of it? Okay. Addison, yeah, I have done a lot of the things that they're accusing me of, and I don't have a lot of ways out of this, except we have some like crazy damning evidence that Axiom is going to try and hang on us like we knew, but like we didn't know until I found it.
Okay, but then you told someone about it, right? Like right away.
I'm telling you right now. And, gosh, God, like, are you listening to me right now? Come on.
Okay. Okay, because right now it looks like to me and to maybe to them that you're attempting to use it as leverage to get away with potentially blowing up a space station, which I don't think you did, but I'm just saying.
No, I didn't do that part. No, I'm trying to blackmail them.
As your legal counsel, I must remind you to not talk ever again.
Okay.
She will look at them and smile and say, "You just talked. It's fine." She will say, "No, of course, but you can't blackmail them.
Oh,
that's illegal."
That's illegal too now.
No.
Yeah, a lot changed while you were gone. We use cats as currency now too.
Oh my god! I should have invested in cats.
It'll never go down.
No, yeah. Well, okay. Listen, they are trying to pin this on them, and I did send a copy encrypted to the core.
Okay, to the core, and not like to here, the station one away.
Well, to the press in case they threaten my life. I'd be like, if I don't check in, coppers.
Okay, so you want it to be a whistleblower and not.
Oh, is that better?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay, then I want to be that.
Okay, you still went about it in like the worst way possible.
I'm trying like really hard.
Oh my god, I can see that because you have no second thoughts.
Thank you. Yes. No, but Guy knows. Guy has a copy now.
Okay, well you've just implicated him in this, so
the only copy.
She'll start typing on her little wrist pad to get Guy's ass out here because he's about to get subpoenaed or something. Okay. So, Walsinger will, like, are we done here? He will say, Miss Waller, I believe we both know that your client is clearly misleading us, attempting to hide information, attempting to blackmail us, apparently, and still has not answered provided any sort of possible who else would have blown up Axiom Core. I know that's technically my job, but you figure it out.
Permission to talk again?
Granted. Probationally.
I think Axiom blew it up.
he will say,
My lawyer's shaking her head.
it's more cool. With what evidence are you saying that?
It's just like a really strong hunch, though. Because Walsinger.
I know lots of things, darling.
Yes, lots of things. And I think you know enough to know what I know. Walsinger, if that is your real name.
He will smile and say, It seems to me, darling, that you're unwilling to commit to saying anything you do know. It seems to me like you're just obfuscating. That means trying to hide.
Thank you.
Deceiving us and generally being churlish.
I don't know that last one, but I'm certain. Okay, maybe. The important thing, Walsinger, is that I have copies of everything. And
he will point at David Dean and say, "Is this not simply blackmail?" And he'll kind of look at you like, you sound like you're blackmailing him right now.
I'm defending my life, David.
Okay. Carnifax rocks.
Because I'm getting mad being low-key threatened vibes over here from young Sephiroth. And I'm not caring for it. Okay, I've spent a lot of the last week and a half very afraid for my life, and in part because of this kind of stuff. And I have taken steps to protect myself. No, Addison, you be quiet.
Ixnay, odd.
And it's not blackmail if I live.
My client is clearly suffering a break because of the stress of the last few days.
I have had a week.
Her dear friend Bethany being exploded. The stress of that. Look at her complexion. She's clearly not eating well. Look at that face tattoo. This woman does not have good mental fortitudes. I'm helping.
I didn't put on makeup as a disguise. Now can I go to the bathroom? Does anybody have a compact? Or...
Walsinger will say, we need to just get it out in the open. Yes, you know that, Axiom Core was doing some experimentation?
That is what I know. Okay. How should I respond to that? It's real crime, though. It's big crime.
Then accuse him of something or something. Just do something.
Yeah, crime experiments.
Yes.
People experiments on people. Oh, look at Mata. Got him.
And Walsinger will say, yes, experiments with the express written permission of the Merchants Consortium backed up by Vivictus. You'll find it all in writing in the core.
I'm losing.
It's not good.
No. Did we do that?
I don't know, but it's going to take weeks to find out.
Oh, well,
so he could be stalling. Kind of smile and nod at them.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
He will say, yes, indeed. It seems to me that no one really has anything on anyone, so we just let bygones be bygones.
Are you fucking kidding me right now, Walsinger? Again, off script. I have like actual evidence, like terrible photographic evidence of your fucking human experimentation crimes.
Okay, well, he's saying it's not illegal is the thing.
It has to be. It has to be illegal. It has to be. That's gross. What you said is gross.
Can I see it?
Not. I don't have it on me.
Okay, you see.
I have a very secure.
He has it.
You gave it to Guy? That's not secure.
He is sweet. Well, and another copy is going to the core thing I said with the reporter.
That's going to take forever.
That was kind of the point. It was supposed to be like, you can't kill me.
Well, apparently they can, because they'll just apparently say it's legal. They can't kill you. That is illegal. I would like to point that out.
Thank you. Please sue them if I die. Addison Christ. Well, Walsinger, I do believe that this meeting has ceased to be productive. I will have you know that there is a copy that is going towards the core right now, and if it doesn't get a ping from me once every convenient amount of time and space, then the press gets it. And I mean, if you kill me, I'll be free from any consequences. But I don't know that you will, or Axiom will.
Yes, but if we don't kill you, and you are indeed a whistleblower, that's not going to be good for your business or your mother's. I don't know if the Darkmoon name will ever recover.
It's recovered quite a lot that I've done. So, let's roll the dice.
He'll say, yes, the follies of youth. No bad business deals, though.
No more questions.
Where'd you get that microphone?
I always have a microphone.
That's smart.
I'm a pop-up karaoke. I have a business card. There we go.
Okay. What would you like to do after you squeak a microphone?
I would like to leave here, trusting that I have one very flustered lawyer and presumably one psychic ally.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to get my copy back from Guy.
Okay. So you storm out?
Yes.
Drake will say something like, typical, and follow you. And yeah, you can see Guy very flustered, holding like, not paper, because we don't use paper as much, but like 3 data pads. Mm-hmm. And he's got like the fire stick in his teeth. And he's very quickly walking towards, ow, I was holding that with my teeth.
Give me that. Do not go in that room with this. Go in the room with everything else.
Okay. Okay. What should I do?
You should go just be the gayest for day you can be.
Oh my god, finally, something I can do. Thank you.
Yes. Please.
I'm tired of all this spycraft.
Yes. Tie up the legal works and speak well of me in case I'm gone.
He will say, you need me to really bureaucrat it up in there? Because I can do that.
Oh, Guy, I know you can. Yes.
You were a mediocre boss, but thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to look up mediocre later. I'll bet you that's very nice.
Oh, you sweet star child.
Thank you.
Okay.
Go get him. Tiger seems too aggressive. Go get him. Cat adjacent animal.
I identify with the capybara.
The world's largest, gentlest rodent. Perfect. That's great. I've always liked Brazilian dance fighting styles.
Nice.
And he will walk in and he will, as loud as Guy can muster. Well, and here's another thing. And you can hear Addison just go, "Shut up, Guy!"
Contempt.
Objection. Okay. What would you like to do before we wrap up this episode, Freya?
We might need to confer a bit as to what our collective next move is. So I will text my space bros that out of meeting did not go well. Possibly still wanted for space crime. Whistleblower question mark? Mike could use to leave. And we'll leave that there.
Okay.
I have something that kind of should be done while we're on the Ruby Lighthouse that might be compromised and might need Daniel's input, because there is a medication I'm supposed to be getting like every 2 weeks or so that we are up against.
We will pick up back on the Ruby Lighthouse right after you sent that message, and
okay.
Daniel will hopefully be well by next episode, so we can start with that conversation, and then we'll go back to space and Lucifer and Zephyr.
Okay.
Outros and plugs. You can follow Daniel on Twitter at LightningFast11. I think Horoborovia Time might have recently had a season finale.
Sounds like something big happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, check that out as well. Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I'm on Twitter and the Instagrams now at the same thing. If you want to follow me, it's okay if you don't. I'm just here to have good spooky anime time.
Timothy.
Hi, I am Timothy at Timothy Magic on Twitter and at Timothy McCown Reynolds on Instagram for art. I'm doing a thing on Governor's Island this weekend and next called Vanishing, which is an immersive theater kind of show in one of the houses there. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome. And Marty.
Yeah. It's your girl back at it, live on Twitch, watching Bippity Boop and misbehaving. 420 reunion. I don't have anything to plug outside of this stream. It lets me play a variety of Damaged Women, which is a great lifelong dream of mine. So thank you for sharing it, everybody, or putting up with it, depending.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for a great game. I'm Andy Hatton at Andy Hatton on Twitter, at God of Roads on Instagram. Next week, or Wednesday, is Star Chasers. Next week is Bubblegum Shoe Ruby Hollow, which is our Scooby-Doo inspired episode with Liz, Marty, and Cece. Wednesday is Task Force Unlikely, when they're going to get their promised spa day. And Thursday is a Call of Cthulhu one-shot with Timothy, Daniel, and Jay. I'll have to talk to Daniel to make sure he's feeling better. And it's going to be great. Lots of fun times for a spooky week and then a spa day in the middle. Have a great night, everybody.
Feel better, Daniel.
Bye.
Feel better.
Feel better, Daniel.